This is the Thar Desert in Rajasthan. It's harsh, dry, and yet for generations, people have built their lives here.
हमारा तो यही घर है, ना हमारे को तो बच्चा को यही जिंदगी बितानी है ने.
But something is changing, a new kind of gold rush. Not for oil or minerals, but for sunlight.
खेतड़ी कटाई रोक लगाओ, रोक करो, पर्यावरण की रक्षा करो, रक्षा करो, रक्षा करो.
Kishan Ram, known as Kishanji, is a village head, and today he's leading a protest. Not against solar power, but against what it's doing to his land.
कोई दिक्कत को नहीं, हमारे प्लांट कोई विरोध को नहीं कि भाई वो नहीं लगे. भाई लाइट बिना तो लाइट भी जरूरी है, आई कोई नहीं, सौर ऊर्जा भी मतलब जरूरी है. बाकी किसी शर्त पर हमारा जोड़ पाई तन गोचर भूमि आगो और जकी चीज़ हमारी सेंस करती है जकी ने खत्म कर भी चीज़ माते बर्दाश्त को नहीं.
As solar farms expand, the demand for land is getting closer to villagers like his. But some villagers living right next to them still don't have electricity.
चारों तरफ सोलर प्लांट लगा हुआ है, घर में लाइट नहीं है.
How did a place powered by the sun leave some people in the dark? India is now the world's third largest producer of solar energy. And Rajasthan, with more than 300 days of sunshine a year, has become one of the most important places to do it. Here, sunlight isn't just weather, it's an asset. Solar panels might look straightforward, but there's a lot happening on that surface. When sunlight hits the panels made of silicon cells, it releases electrons and generates direct current electricity. Inverters and transformers then convert and transmit that power into the national grid. The more intense the sun, the more power you get. For researchers like Dr. Sunanda Sinha, this is something she's been familiar with for most of her life, growing up under the region's intense sun.
My research area is basically the photovoltaic solar panels, health monitoring, performance assessment in real outdoor conditions. From Rajasthan to West Bengal, from Kerala, every portion of the India is having different radiation.
With some of the highest solar radiation in the country, Rajasthan has become an ideal place for large-scale solar development. And across the desert, land that was once used for farming and grazing is now seen as a potential space for solar expansion.
डैमेज मत करना, ओके? हाँ, सामने रहो, एक बंदा है, वो ऊपर रहो.
At one of the solar farms in Bikaner, installation technician Mahendra Singh and his team are preparing to expand the site with a new set of panels.
इनको बोलो, एक बंदा वो पीछे रहो ना, एक बंदा पीछे रहो.
Each panel is carefully positioned, usually at a 25-degree angle, to capture as much of the desert sunlight as possible.
2 मिनट लगो, शाम होने वाले, जल्दी करो, ठीक है? चार पीछे टाइटनेस कर दो.
Each solar panel can generate a modest amount, around 600 watts of power, enough to power basic household needs, like lighting and a fan. But across acres of land, those panels add up quickly, forming vast grids that can supply electricity at scale.
अच्छे से पकड़ो. तो महेंद्र सिंह, ये हटाओ पहले. हाँ, ये हटाओ पहले. ये है ना, शाम को आप टाइटनेस कर देना, ठीक है?
Mahendra and his team are working to install the panels within a tight schedule to bring the system online as quickly as possible.
ये प्लांट 5 मेगावाट का है. और 35 मैन पावर काम कर रही है और 45 बीघा ज़मीन है। लगभग 20 दिन में कंप्लीट हो जाएगा ये।
Across Rajasthan, projects like these are multiplying rapidly, with each one adding more power to the grid. The electricity generated here does not stay in one place. It is fed into India's national grid, supplying power not just to Rajasthan, but to other parts of the country as well. In Jaipur, Nitin Agarwal tracks that demand closely because keeping the system running is becoming more complex by the day.
Grid stability is major challenge in India nowadays, and our energy consumption is growing very fast. Just an example, our renewable energy target of Indian government for 2030 is 500 gigawatts. So you will shock that 270 gigawatts we already achieved.
फाइनल है, ठीक है। कितना टाइम और लगेगा?
Because electricity today isn't just a convenience, it's essential. Just 1 gigawatt of electricity is enough to power around 1 million homes. As industries grow, so does their need for reliable power.
When you are doing your business uninterrupted, you are consuming your electricity uninterrupted or full time, so the business is automatically grow. They are automatically doing uninterrupted business. They are doing their orders on time. They are doing more production because of this electricity change, this renewable system change. So they are doing more production, they are doing more manufacturing, and they are earning more money. So this changed the entire ecosystem of small scales and medium scales businessmen.
Meeting that demand requires solar projects at a massive scale. And in Rajasthan, tens of thousands of hectares of land have already been set aside for these developments.
If we're talking about Rajasthan, then nearly 35 gigawatt installation is completed till now in Rajasthan, and more than 75% in which is done by Rajasthan Solar Association members. Nearly 60,000 hectare land is already required for complete installation of solar system till now.
Generating power at this scale requires space. Across Rajasthan, tens of thousands of hectares have been set aside for solar expansion. And as more land is set aside, the effects are beginning to show. In Nokha Dahia village, those effects have led to protests.
सोलर की दिलाली बंद करो, बंद करो, बंद करो।
59-year-old Kishan Ram, known as Kishanji, is the village head of Nokha Dahia. Around 100 families live here. About half have already leased or sold their land. The rest are resisting.
जब तक दुखी किसान रहेगा धरती पे तूफान रहेगा। जब तक दुखी किसान रहेगा धरती पर तूफान रहेगा। जब तक दुखी किसान।
Kishanji is leading that resistance, appealing to local authorities to halt further expansion into their land.
कोई दिक्कत को नहीं, हमारे प्लांट को कोई विरोध को नहीं कि भाई वो नहीं लगे। भाई लाइट बिना तो लाइट भी जरूरी है, आई कोई नहीं, सौर ऊर्जा भी मतलब जरूरी है। बाकी किसी शर्त पर हमारा जोड़ पाई तन गोचर भूमि आगो और जकी चीज़ा हमारी सेंस करती है, जकी ने खत्म कर दी चीज माते बर्दाश्त को नहीं। बाकी भलाई मैं विरोध को नहीं करिया, बंजर भूमि है, बीर माँ जो मान लो हमारी आज परंपरा रही है, मर्यादा होती है।
For Kishanji, land is not just an asset. Most residents, as farmers or laborers, depend on it for crops and livestock.
इसमें आयोजन में प्लांट कंपनी वाला अधिकारी आया हमारे पास। जन माँ क्यों देखो, एक तो हमारा स्थानीय जगह अड है, जो वातावरण है वर्तमान में, जो कोई जमीन नहीं देनी चाहत भी जबरदस्ती ना लिया ना, उसका खाड़ा पानी रास्ता बंद ना करे, चाहे कोई भी किसान रखना चाहे, एक पेड़ ना काट जाना।
Among those attending today's protest in Nokha Dahia is Dr. Anil Changani. He says the contested land was never seen by villagers as wasteland, but as part of their agricultural future.
I think I have seen in last 10 years, there are so many protests and so many agitation by the community. But somehow the basic problem is still not addressed.
At the heart of these protests is a dispute over land, how it is being used, and who gets to decide its future.
वो तो आमनो खेत है जन आपा इरमा बढ़ने री आपा कने अनुमति है नहीं तो आपा कने इरमा पग देने री अनुमति का नहीं प्लांट माम वो तो आप देवोगे खाले हाँ जन वो तो आमनो खेत है जन आपा ने किए कोई मना नहीं कर सकता है माम
Protests that began in the villages have spread to cities like Bikaner and Jaipur, drawing the attention of district officers to their demands. What makes Rajasthan attractive for solar power is straightforward: abundant land and some of the highest solar radiation in India. But as solar farms expand closer to villages, the land becomes a point of negotiation. Developers approach landowners, often through brokers, offering either a full buyout or a 30-year lease. Kishanji says he's been approached before. He refused to sell or lease them. But his decision to hold on to his land is not only for what it means to him, it is economic as well.
मेरी फसल होती है बीघे रमा मतलब 50,000 की तो 40 बीघा जमीन है 20 लाख की मेरी फसल होती है ये देता है साल का 6 लाख रुपया तो मैं क्यों दूं इसको दूसरी बात मैं आज बेचूं मेरी जमीन है तो रेट चल रहा है 3 लाख रुपया बीघे का यहाँ रेट चल रहा है तो भाई रकम मान लो मैं उठा के 1 करोड़ 20 लाख रुपया बनता है मेरी खेत का इसका मेरो करोड़ रुपया रो धन में 6 लाख में उसको अधीन क्यों
As developers acquire more land in the villages, they also need access routes, roads that cut through villages and farmland.
ये रास्ता है तो अपनी धड़ी तक ही है ये रास्ता बंद कर दिया आगे रास्ता बंद कर दिया तो खेत जाने का रास्ता ही नहीं रहेगा तो जाएगा कहाँ से मैं इसलिए नहीं दिया ये देता है 15,625 रुपया बीघे का साल का किराया देता है इस जमीन का
As more land is acquired, the remaining farmers begin to feel the pressure to give up theirs.
धीरे-धीरे हमारी जमीन है नहीं जो कि सारी लेने की कोशिश करता है मान लो कहीं ने ठगा के कहीं ने डरा के कहीं ने धमका के मान लो ऐसे करके सारा की जमीन लेनी चाहता है अब ये सिर्फ हमारा एक खेत बचा है मान लो
Raman Lal Chowdhury is Kishanji's nephew and neighbor. Unlike his uncle, he agreed to lease his 6-acre land to a solar developer.
ये मेरी ज़मीन है मेरे दादा की ज़मीन थी कृष्णा राम के पास पड़ोसी हूँ मैं ताऊ का लड़का हूँ ये कंपनी वाला आया हमारे को कृष्णा राम ने बहुत मना करा था मेरे को बोला काम दे देंगे मैं आपको नौकरी दे देंगे 3 जनों को नौकरी नहीं दी प्लांट में काम ही नहीं दिया ज़मीन ले ली मेरी
Raman took the deal of leasing the land for about $160 a year. It is far less than what a farming family of 5 might spend in a month. His current income is also significantly lower than what the land once yielded.
On the ground, we have been seeing the local youth get quick money by giving their land on lease or selling their land Within 3-4 years, all gone. And now they're putting barbed wire on the fencing.
Fences on Raman's land too went up.
अब अंदर पग ही नहीं देने देता है। यह डाणी है, हमारी डाणी पड़ी है। ये कृष्णाराम की बात मान लेते तो नहीं दें तो सही रहते।
Looking back, Raman says he might have been better off continuing to farm. But even as solar development expands, not all nearby villages have access to electricity. At night, Bhagirath, one of Kishanji's brothers, returns to a house that still has no grid electricity. While transmission lines may run nearby, extending power to scattered desert settlements has been a challenge.
चारों तरफ सोलर प्लांट लगा हुआ है, घर में लाइट नहीं है। वो कोई छोटी मोटी लाइट बैटरी बूटी से उसे काम चलाते हैं और चारों तरफ सोलर की लाइट है। हमारा लाइट डाणी में नहीं, मकान में लाइट।
His family relies on a small battery-powered light from a portable solar panel, enough only for basic needs.
नहीं है लाइट, वजह से हमारी फसल नहीं ज़्यादा उत्पादन कर सकते हैं। लाइट होती तो फसल ज़्यादा उत्पादन कर सकते हैं।
For families like Bhagirath's, the benefits of mass solar farm expansion that's happening in his very own village remain out of reach. In Norang Desar village, another challenge shapes daily life: water. Santosh and Suraibane begin the day by walking more than 2 kilometers to fetch water for their families and livestock.
हमारे पानी की बहुत दिक्कत आ रही है। हमारे पास में गांव के पास में पानी कभी मिलता भी नहीं है।
दूर जाके लाना पड़ता है, लगभग 2 किलोमीटर या 3 किलोमीटर दूर जाके पैदल जाके लाना पड़ता है।
In many drought-prone parts of India, water is still delivered by tanker trucks, a temporary lifeline for villagers when local supplies run dry.
हमारे टैंकर से मंगवा रहे हैं, वो टैंकर 5-7 दिन नहीं आ रहा है। गर्मी में तो बहुत ही सारा ऊँट और पशु है, वो भी तिसा रहता है।
With the arrival of solar farms, that limited water supply is now shared. Panels need to be cleaned regularly, especially in the dusty desert.
हमारे यहाँ ये एक समस्या, बहुत बड़ी समस्या है कि हमारे यहाँ सोलर प्लांट होने के कारण हमारे यहाँ टैंकर है, वहाँ चले जाते हैं, यहाँ पर नहीं आते हैं। तो ये बहुत बड़ी आपत्ति आ रही है हमारे लिए कि पानी यहाँ नहीं पहुँच रहा है हमारे लिए।
In the Thar Desert, where water has always been scarce, the demand for solar is placing new pressure on an already limited resource. Back in Bikaner city, Dr. Changani studies these changes. His research examines how solar farm development is altering the geography of the Thar Desert.
In Bikaner, we are finding there are hundreds of water bodies which never been dried up in 300 years. Water is always there. I think our ancestors from Bikaner and this Thar Desert region are very smart and they know how to conserve water because we are the lowest rainfall area. Each small village and large township has their own water reservoirs that is known as traditional water bodies.
But that scenario is changing. Bikaner district is now one of the driest regions of the Thar, with an average of 280 millimeters of rainfall a year. That's roughly the equivalent of just 10 to 15 days of rain spread across an entire year.
So nowadays, if you go to any of the villages of the Thar Desert, where the solar plants has been settled within 10 kilometer or 20 kilometer or 100 kilometer for that matter, you will see all the water bodies are with the tractors lifting water from those water bodies. Now our entire water bodies, almost 90% of the water bodies are dried up.
Dr. Changani's research suggests that the drying up of water bodies is only one part of a wider ecological shift in the Thar.
The temperature is increasing on the ground around the solar plants. People can't stand there.
While extreme heat has always been part of life in the Thar, temperatures once considered extreme are becoming more common.
We took temperature middle of the plant, on the periphery of the plant, 100 meter from the plant, 500 meter from the solar plant, 1000 meter away from the solar plant. We already had 48 degree, 50 degree, but once you clear up the ground, the temperature start raising 51, 52. One time in 2016, it was 53 recorded. So that is an alarming situation.
Dr. Changani's comparison of satellite images suggests the ecological loss is widespread.
So the first thing we saw that they are cleaning hundreds of native species, plants, trees and shrubs. And then we find there are hundred thousands of the trees of the native species have been cleared the ground. And once you clear the ground, the grazing land has been gone. Oxygen level has been reduced. Biodiversity has been lost. Slowly the temperature start increasing by 3 to 4 degrees.
Among the species disappearing from these sites are native desert trees that once helped sustain life here. Kani comes from a community known as Bishnoi, a group native to Rajasthan's Thar Desert. Today, Kani joins the village elders to pray to the Kedri tree. They believe the trees protect life in the desert.
जन्मने विवाह और मरने तक हम इसकी पूजा करते हैं। ये हमारे माता है अमृता देवी। सन 1730 में अमृता देवी ने इनके लिए बलिदान दिया था 363 लोगों के साथ। और कोई भी शुभ कार्य में इसके लूंग का प्रयोग करते हैं। इसे हम काटने नहीं देंगे। ये हमारी
Among the Bishnoi, the Kedri tree holds cultural and spiritual significance. The tree is central to their traditions and daily life.
और धन के काम आवे गाय भैंस बकरी भेड़ खावे और बड़ीते में काम आवे पानी तातो करा चूल्हे में जलावे ने और घणी काम आवे और सांगरी 3000 रुपया किलो खांगरी जाए.
But for solar developers, trees can pose a challenge. Their shade can reduce the amount of sunlight reaching the panels.
सूरज प्लेट लगाने वाला हमारे खेजड़ी काट रहा है। यूँ हमारे बहुत बड़ा दुख हुआ है। यूँ हमारा नस काटने बराबर है वो।
Rajasthan's solar expansion is transforming the desert landscape. The rapid growth has raised difficult questions about land for some. At the same time, solar is also bringing clear benefits. Farmers like Ram Dayal Chowdhury are seeing that firsthand.
ये प्रधानमंत्री कुसुम योजना है, इनमें हमारे को लाभ मिलते हैं। छोटे मोटे किसानों के लिए बहुत फायदा हुआ है। मेरे पास 15 बीघा जमीन है, उसमें मैंने ये सोलर पंप लगाया हुआ है।
Ram receives subsidies to install solar pumps for irrigation, reducing his dependence on unreliable electricity.
इसी फायदे की वजह से मैंने ये लगाया है। ये 10 पंप और 10 किलोवाट का सोलर पंप है। करीब इनकी लागत 4.5 लाख रुपया से लगवाया है। ये इनसे फ़ायदा हमारे को होता है। ये मतलब बिजली नहीं लगती है, बिजली का हमेशा बिल भरना पड़ता है। इनका एक बार पैसा लगा है हमारे को।
Instead of monthly bills, it's a one-time investment. And over time, that has made a difference.
वो फायदा हुआ हमारे को। अभी मेरे को एक बार ही पैसा देना पड़ता है। ये 10 HP की मोटर चल रही है हमारे यहाँ। इनका कोई खर्चा नहीं है। ये 9 बजे से लेकर के शाम को 5 बजे तक बराबर चलती है, कंटिन्यू।
More than 2 million farmers across India currently benefit from this system.
कुल मिला के ये मतलब राजस्थान के अंदर ये फायदेमंद चीज़ है। ये हमारे पहले लाइट से चलता था, लाइट में हमारे को परेशानी ज़्यादा होती थी। वो 6 घंटा लाइट देते थे, कभी कटौती कर देते थे, कभी 4 घंटा भी कर देते थे। अब हमारे को मतलब 14 घंटा, गर्मी में 12-14 घंटा तक इन सोलर पंप से लाइट चलती है। हमारे को डबल फायदा हो गया।
For farmers like Ram, solar power has become a practical solution. As solar projects expand across Rajasthan, opportunities open up.
We are the solar panel manufacturing leaders in India. That's we are making solar panel top one up to 630 watt panels.
While many panels today produce around 600 watts of power, newer high-efficiency models can reach 630 watts or more. On its own, the difference is small, but across an entire solar farm, it can power many more homes.
राजस्थान की इकोनॉमी को हम स्ट्रेंथन कर रहे हैं बेसिकली 3 पॉइंट्स पे। हम मतलब कि राजस्थान की जीडीपी को इन्हेंस कर रहे हैं। सेकंड वन इज हम मतलब कि लॉजिस्टिक जो पार्ट है उसमें इन्हेंस कर रहे हैं। एंड थर्ड वन इज मैन पावर। जो हमारी एग्जिस्टिंग मैन पावर है उसमें 90% की मैन पावर को राजस्थान की है, जिनको हम एम्प्लॉयमेंट दे रहे हैं और हम यहाँ का इकोसिस्टम डेवलप कर रहे हैं लोकल।
The company employs around 450 people directly, with another 250 working indirectly in areas such as logistics.
सोलर 91 और वन ऑफ द सोलर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर जिसके साथ हम काफ़ी लंबे समय से काम कर रहे हैं और वो बेसिकली उसको हम सर्विसेज उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट्स की फुलफिल करना। राजस्थान में रेडिएशन लेवल इतना ज़्यादा होने की वजह से एक टाइम पे अब श्राप माना जाता था।
That boon encouraged Sandeep and Pratik to start Solar 91 in Jaipur.
We started Solar 91 10 years back with a vision to change the solar scenario of the India.
Since then, we have done almost like 80 to 100 projects across India. Right now, we are doing more than 400 megawatts of projects.
And for entrepreneurs, solar offers something unique. It can be scaled almost anywhere.
Solar is the only form of renewable energy which can be installed from kilowatt scale to megawatt scale. Sunshine is everywhere. You can put solar everywhere and you can generate the energy.
People can get 5 to 7 years of return on investment on solar panel. So if your solar panel is generating good, then your return on investment is less time. Within 3 years, within 4 years, you are getting.
For many investors, that relatively short payback period is part of solar's appeal.
In Rajasthan, last year, we received MOUs of 4,22 million USD dollars, in which 3,50,000 million USD dollar MOUs is only about renewable sector and solar sector.
In Rajasthan alone, renewable energy, largely led by solar, accounts for 85% of investment commitments. In the Thar Desert, the costs of rapid expansion are being felt not only by communities, but also by the area's wildlife diversity. Environmental scientist Dr. Anil Changani continues to study how rapid development is altering the fragile landscapes of Rajasthan's desert.
So now if you go to the desert, it will become the steel and electricity poles and high tension wires. It's totally desert with power supply. And wherever these open wires are there, we are losing species of birds and avian diversity. There is no vegetation, no shrubs, no new germination. Because with the increase of 5-degree temperature, all the seeds are popped up. Now they cannot germinate.
He shares his research with government policymakers, while also working with solar developers. Here, at the edge of a developing solar site, he measures changes caused by extreme temperatures across the land.
ये जैसे 50 मीटर पे ले लिया, इसके बाद यहाँ से 100 मीटर पे, फिर 500 मीटर पे.
He is training his student to document how temperature, wildlife, and grazing patterns change across the site.
एंड जब गांव का डेमोग्राफी लेते हैं फिर लेंगे तो पता चलेगा कि यहाँ पे इतना वाइल्ड लाइफ, इतना लाइव स्टॉक है.
Dr. Changani says fenced solar sites can create a number of problems, cutting off movement routes for wildlife.
So what I am visualizing by and large, day by day life is disappearing from this area. Since morning we are walking in this area, but I haven't seen across any Chinkara, and this is the land of Chinkara. Likewise.
And new challenges are emerging, even within the solar farms themselves.
In absence of grazing, there are some grasses which are more than 8 to 10 feet high. And now with a small short circuit, it catches fire. We suggested, allow the sheep to graze here, consume your grasses. And that can protect your plant from fire.
And that suggestion has paid off. Some developers have adopted that approach, finding ways to manage vegetation and reduce risks. But the ecological balance remains delicate.
Solar energy is our requirement. But at the same time, we need to be very cautious because the desert ecosystem is very fragile.
Further away, camel herder Manaj is facing a similar loss of access to land.
अब 3-4 ऊँट रखा क्योंकि अब इनकम कम होने लगी.
In the Thar, camels have long been used to carry goods and travel across desert terrain where other forms of transport struggle.
ऊँट रेगिस्तान का जहाज है, ये बहुत दूर जा सकता है. 10 दिन भूखा प्यासा रह सकता है, तीसरा बिना पानी. ये मिट्टी में चल सकता है, फंसता नहीं है.
But with solar farms spreading across the landscape, Manaj has found it challenging to find food and water for the camels.
दिन को 30 किलो चारों कटने ले वहाँ खर्चा ज़्यादा है, इनकम कम हो रही है. चारों खेजड़े कटन लगी, सूरज प्लांट वाला बजाऊँ कम होने लगी, यहाँ चारों महंग हो गयो.
Manaj worries his days in the trade may be numbered as an age-old tradition gives way to new technology.
अब बार तो ऊँट का भाड़ा को नहीं, ये वास्ते महीने में 1 बार आवे, 20 दिन खोड़ में चराना पड़े. ये वास्ते इतना भाड़ा को नहीं पहला जीता. पहले गेड़ा ज़्यादा होता, ये वास्ते ज़्यादा ही इनकम.
Rajasthan is central to India's solar expansion plans. But as that future takes shape, a question remains. Who benefits from this change and who bears its costs?
Years when we implement first solar plant in Rajasthan, then its tariff is above 18 rupees per unit. Per unit means kilowatt hour. Now in Rajasthan, current scenario is that our price is 2.5 rupees per unit. So you can see that more than 6 times we reduce our electricity cost in 15 years.
Nitin argues that solar energy's expansion is a necessary shift away from fossil fuels and toward cleaner energy.
My personal opinion is that we all have to adopt solar and renewable energy because it's completely green. We avoid fossil fuels energy because if we want to see our next generation, it's our moral responsibility that we will use more and more green energy. First, every development has some cost. There are a lot of pollutions. The major problem of a common man is pollution. What is the solution? Solution is green energy and the renewable energy.
But for some, the costs of that transition may not be equal.
We are facing complaints like the more and more trees are cut for solar plants. We are receiving these complaints from the farmers and the rural areas. With some NGOs, we are also receiving these types of complaints. Yes, there is a cost that we acquire the land of these farmers and we cut some trees. But there are solutions also. As a Rajasthan Solar Association, with the help of their members, are going to plant 1 million KGD trees in Rajasthan on our own expenses.
To Dr. Changani, green energy that comes at the expense of ecology defeats its purpose.
Green energy is the purest source of energy, and we will be more than happy to have this in our area. But as it has been said in this policy, we need to review this policy after 3 to 4 years, which need to be done now. Because earlier we saw the solar plants, but the way they are coming, the procedure of the setup of the plant, we are losing the vegetation, the diversity, the natural resource like water. So people are realizing now this is not good for us. We are not against the solar energy or renewable energy. We are against the renewable energy which clear up the ground, which cut the trees. We need to review our definition of green energy. The energy which force biodiversity to disappear from this area, whether it is from habitat loss, whether it is from electrocution, on various modes. I can't say this is a green energy. Every day we are observing that life is disappearing from the desert. अब हमें यहाँ से 50 मीटर दूर का लेना हो तो इसमें
The scenario also raises questions about what sustainable development should look like. But Dr. Changani continues to believe there is still an opportunity to rethink how and where solar projects are built.
So we are recommending to the authority that instead of cutting trees and clearing grounds and facing day-to-day life problems for the community, it is better. We have so many alternate sources to set up the solar plants. We can put them on the highways. We can put on the railway tracks. So now, once a farmer handed over his land to the solar company, he has nothing to do and he need to move from there. There are 3 reasons why he is moving. The conditions are extreme. He don't have water to drink there. He don't have crop to produce there. He don't have livestock to graze area.
The debate now centers on what will be sacrificed for the sake of solar expansion. For Kishanji, the issue remains deeply personal. Land is worked, lived on, and then passed down to the next generation.
हमारा तो यही घर है, हमारे को तो बच्चों को यही जिंदगी बितानी है ना। मैं एक आम किसान ये विरोध कर रहा है कि जो मान लो हमारी पुरुषारी रखुड़ी, मान लो जो भी कोई स्थान रे लारे, मान लो जो माता जी रा मंदिर आ, रामदेव जी रा मंदिर आ, भेरू जी का मंदिर आ, जो लैंड थी भी लारे, जो पहली परंपरा की मर्यादा होती कि ये अगोचरी है।
To the residents of the Tha, the land carries generations of history and responsibility.
नोखा दिया से बानीपुरे का रास्ता बहुत पुराना रास्ता मान लो, जो कि टाइम ये गांव बसिया ने भी टाइम का रास्ता था मान लो, आजादी वो पहली था मान, फिर आज बंद कर दिया इसको रास्ता को। मैं आज भी वहाँ रास्ता के लिए आंदोलन कर रहा, मतलब मान लो वर्तमान में अभी भी मान लो इसका विरोध जारी है हमारा मान लो। कागज भी एसटीएम ने, कलेक्टर ने, तहसीलदार ने, सगला ने मतलब लिख रहे, सगला ने देवा हुआ है मान लो टोटल, तो भी अभी तक कोई भी सुनवाई का नहीं। वो तो कंपनी रो आप प्रोफेशनल है, आप यहाँ पर आ नहीं सकता मान लो, अपना अधिकार नहीं है, बाकी रास्ता कटान है, ये अधिकार बनता है हमारा, फिर भी ये अधिकार कंपनी ने छीन लिया किसाना का नाम मान लो।
These disputes reflect a shift in how land is valued in the Tha.
In the past, whatever environmental conservation practices were there, whether it is water, whether it is fodder, it is for all, including birds, mammals, reptiles, and all kind of creatures. Vasudeva Kutumbakam.
Vasudeva Kutumbakam is the belief that the world is one family.
But now it's totally individual. My farm, my land, my company, my benefit, my earning. That's the difference in this approach.
Across Rajasthan, the sun is powering a new future. But for many communities here, that change brings difficult trade-offs and a growing call to be part of the future being built around them.